there's been an emotional disconnect. There's been some sense of disappointment, right? That caused whatever this connection is, Libra, to kind of falter, right? That perpetuates on throughout the month of July. Because it's where it's like you're not on the same page and there isn't any communication, there isn't any like teamwork, there isn't like-minded goals. And I feel in a sense that Libra may not even be aware. You know what I'm saying? Because it's with this 10 of Pentacles where I can see Libra may think everyone is on the same page, but they're not. Hello, Libra. Welcome to your July soul session. I'm Princess India if you're new, and if you are family, welcome back, my friend. If you're not familiar with what my soul sessions are, they are your spirituality as well as personal development readings in which we look at the energies that you guys may encounter for a given month for the sole purpose of giving you clarity, insight, and guidance and all that good stuff and whatnot, or whatever. And as I've been saying with every sign before yours, with us coming out of June and this being the midpoint of the month, now is a good time to take a look back at your woke book to kind of reflect on what's been going on for the last 6 months and where you guys are with your goals and personal growth and all that good stuff and whatnot or whatever. So anywho, first card that came out for you guys is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. And I feel like I need to turn over the second card. Interesting. The second card is the 10 of Pentacles, and then that's followed by the 2 of Cups in the reverse. So the first thing that comes to me, Libra, is coming out of June and into July, there is, what's extremely prominent would be an emotional disconnect. And this can manifest one of two ways. Either for some of you, this is something that you guys were hoping to work out. And it could be an emotional connection with someone. It's something that you guys were hoping to work out, did not quite work out the way that you had hoped. Another way to look at this that another group of you may resonate with is working a job where you make pretty good money. So you're stable financially. However, it's not a passion. So your heart isn't really in it. I would even go as far as to say that a third way that we could look at this is a little bit of both, in the sense of one's desire or their aspiration is to make more money so that there's a sense of security and stability. And it's either neglecting one's emotional world, there being a continuation of disappointments in one's past, or even a perception that you can't have both. Like if you want to make a lot of money and, be financially stable or secure, that you can't be happy, or it can't be at something that's truly a passion. This could be a disconnect within the family system. It's a couple of different ways that we can see this, but all in all, there's a theme of, in a material sense, things being good and stable in you guys' life coming into the first week of July. It's just on the emotional side. I mean, this could even be your career is stable, but you feel that romantically that something's missing, like feeling lonely and wanting someone to share it with. So on one side, it's like your career has worked out a lot and you're successful in your business or in your career, but on the emotional front, and I mean, this could be a lot of stuff, y'all. Even if this is like a couple that's together, there's too much attention that's being focused on work and not really so much in the partnership, or it's being financially successful if you're in a partnership, but there being like an emotional disconnect between you and your partner. It's like not really being happy. The next card that we have is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Man. So, I told myself that this month I was just going to say what comes to me. So I'm just going to say it. So for those of you where this may literally be a partnership that you're in, there's like no sex that's being had. Like if you're with someone, because this can fall so many different ways, Libra, as you've probably noticed from this point, but it's almost like the fire has gone out. And work could literally be an outlet in the fact that there's a disconnect here and there's not any like intimacy and things of the sort that's going on. So it's kind of like humdrumish, if you will. For those of you where if you're like a single person and it is a case where you're making a lot of money and you know you're just lonely, you're wanting to be in a partnership, or you're just not, you know, working a job to where you're just not passionate about it, you know, more or less what this would be saying is going in the direction of that and knowing that that's possible. Of course, I'm not saying to like quit your job or nothing like that. But it's more or less needing to do something to bring more fire or passion into your life. So I say that for everyone. Whether this is a marriage that's kind of hitting a rough patch or a relationship that's hitting a rough patch, or if this is you working a job that you're really not excited about, or even if this is someone where it's a new opportunity that kind of fizzled out, the main key thing that's important for you guys here, and this is even speaking to, I don't even know when the full moon is, what day that is this month. But the thing that's important for you guys this month is taking steps that's in the direction of what it is that does bring you joy. Now, that's difficult if you're not even sure what that is that you're passionate about. So a huge thing this month is uncovering what that is. And so the same when it comes for romantic partnerships. You know what I'm saying? Now, the next card out is the Three of Pentacles. Oh, child, it's like this. I'm trying to get outside of this romantic partnership thing, but I can't. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This could be, you know, with friends. This could be, I wouldn't say coworkers. This would be something that's more of a like a close, intimate relationship, like roommate, you know, friends, siblings, romantic partners. It would have to be something pretty close, because if you think about coworkers, there's no, you know, there's not like a, you know, a deep emotional bond with you and your coworkers. I mean, I don't know how your job's set up and things, you know, but if it applies, go with it. But it's more or less a need for there to be, there's a lack thereof of cooperation in the partnership or whatever it is that we're talking about here. You know, it's like, if I can separate this for a second and sit my people where this could be dealing with work stuff and a lack of passion, if I could sit y'all aside for 2.5 seconds, because for you guys, how I'm seeing this is more or less needing to work with other people, or and I know this came out in my friend Michelle's reading, where she was talking about what was it? Like a person joining like Toastmasters or something like that. Like I can see that for this, where this relates to people and there being a lack thereof of passion, it's like I feel you guys need to do something that's group oriented, that involves other people and something you are passionate about. But when it comes to the people where this is like, you know, romantic partner, husband, wife, whatever the case, I would feel like work, like you are financially stable, totally good. I mean, you're a Libra, that's not surprising. But there's an emotional disconnect between you and your partner. And this can either be because on one side, Libra's either focusing too much on work and their partner's getting neglected in the process, or work is an escape because of this emotional disconnect. So I can see it going two different ways. But the key is here is for you guys to reconvene and come together to work something out of how you can get things back into balance, because it's almost as if with this Ace of Wands, like the fire has gone out. You know what I'm saying? And of course it's possible because when you're working and you're trying to create stability and security for yourself or your family, whatever the case, you can kind of get wrapped up in that and almost like, obsessing over it, to, the chagrin of people that are in your life. And I said this with Virgo, was it? Or was it Leo? I want to say it was Virgo. So if y'all are like cuspers or you have that in your chart, I would watch Virgo too, because I was saying something along the lines of a person who put a lot of time, energy, and effort into something. And the example I gave was like it being a kid. And like, say if you were dating and you put a lot of time into this partnership and it didn't work out in June, and then you turn around and feel kind of guilty because you missed all of this time with your kid or whatever. And it was trying to kind of like make up for that in the month of July. And not saying that's the exact situation, but if we are talking about a partnership here, Libra, it's almost like you guys working really, really hard because your intention going into it was to work hard to benefit the whole. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like you've lost sight of that. So it's one of those things where it's become a ritual. So you're just working a lot to get money, to create stability, but it's not realizing that you already have the money and you've already created the stability. And because you're focused so much on work, everything else is getting off kilter. And that's where it comes into my other group of people too. Like my first group that I said, where this has absolutely nothing to do with a romantic partnership. It's like you got so focused on a goal, you got obsessed with it, right? And the end goal was to get stable or to make money, but it's like focusing way too much on the money aspect to the detriment of, romantic relationships, friendships, your roommate, siblings, whatever the case may be. So the main premise of all of this, regardless of what your situation is, I hope this makes sense, Libra, because this is like 50-11 stories. It's about coming back to a place of cooperation. So it's whatever the case, it's a miscommunication with other people or with yourself, and it's putting too much energy into one thing while neglecting another. And it's a need to bring it back into balance, which is what the Capricorn full moon that was at the 24th of June. The whole premise of that full moon was like work-life balance. It was, which is why I've been telling everybody to look back at their woke books and look at the last 6 months, because when we get on these journeys in life or we're working towards things, we can get really invested or obsessed with something, or achieving a goal or what have you, to where we neglect aspects of ourselves or other facets of our life, right? And that's really what this is looking like to me. It's getting absorbed into just this, tunnel vision, it would be what it's called. It's like getting tunnel vision and not seeing what's being neglected from that tunnel vision, if that's making sense. So this is all about you guys coming back into balance, right? And for my people where this don't have nothing to do with a relationship, it's about you working with other people to help you, you know what I'm saying? Or getting involved in a group with other people. Like I was saying, like Toastmasters, like if you're not passionate about your job, but you can stomach it, you like it, and you make fairly decent money, but you want, like, you don't have a hobby, but you've always wanted to, do a TED talk, you know what I'm saying? So I was saying like Toastmasters would be like a thing like that, you know what I'm saying? Or if, you like riding bikes, it's like joining like a bike club, you know what I'm saying? Or going to a Zumba class, it's more or less people you needing to surround yourself with people as a single person, needing to surround yourself with people who have a like-minded goal that's intricately related to a passion, right? Because this energy can easily lead to stagnancy. And like I was saying, for my coupled people, this is about having a sense of cooperation between you and your partner, if that's making sense, because you guys have kind of gotten off balance. The next card that we have, oh child, is the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So this is exactly that, Libra. You typically would look at the Seven of Wands as like, oh, you know, standing your ground, setting boundaries and things of the sort. But I really look at this as you guys kind of feeling overwhelmed, or, I mean, some of you could feel attacked. You could feel attacked, you could feel overwhelmed, you could feel like, you know, things are coming at you from all different, you know, like, you know, levels, or every time you turn around, there's always another problem or another fire that needs to be put out. But the whole reason for this is because you guys aren't standing in your power, right? Now, this, of course, sounds extremely cliche, right? But your power is that middle road place of balance, right? It's making those modifications when need be. So if I were to say what all of this is speaking to, which is crazy with this being a Libra reading, is this entire thing is about balance, whether it's work-life balance, whether it's, you know, balancing the time, the amount of time that you're spending working with your partner or with your kids, you know what I'm saying? Or doing things that you love outside of working all the time, spending time with your friends and family outside of working all of the time, or even with just balancing finances, right? Because I look at, like we could say with the Three of Pentacles holds within it my my philosophy for money, which is, you know, you save a little, you spend a little, and you give a little. You know what I'm saying? Those three different facets. And it could be that you guys are working really hard and just stacking up money, not doing anything for yourself. Or on the other side of it, it could be coming into money and then spending it like you're crazy. Whatever the case, there's an imbalance here. And the attention I feel Spirit is trying to bring to you guys is back to this Ace of Cups in the reverse and this Ace of Wands in the reverse, because it's the fact of, and I mean, dude, I can see so much stuff with this Libra. It's like, I can see a backstory with this where it could be a person being unfulfilled or disappointed in the past, you know what I'm saying? And trying to, you know, circumvent that with working really, really hard and focusing solely on money. But it's the fact that it's like fighting a losing battle, because at the end of the day, you're still not in one accord with yourself. You're still not happy, right? And that would be the reason why one is feeling so overwhelmed, because I feel that's the overall feeling, regardless of what specific circumstance each Libra person is in. It's feeling overwhelmed, or it's feeling attacked. It's feeling like, you know, people are asking too much of you, because for some of you, this could be you giving too much, you know what I'm saying? And not focusing on yourself. But it all goes back to this disconnect with the situation, period. Whether that's with other people or that's with yourself. It's more or less, this is something where your heart really isn't in it. You know, and that's where that whole backstory comes from, of all of this coming from an initial, you know, unfulfillment or disappointment, or even like a false start with something, you know? And I really feel why this balance is important is because this could easily lead to burnout, because you're putting a lot of energy out and you're not replenishing it back in. And that's whether this is yourself, a job, or a relationship. It's like you're doing, giving, but you're not restoring. You know what I'm saying? And that applies to all of the examples here. I hope that makes sense, because I'm trying to stay on track But there's literally so many different scenarios, dude, of how this could be playing out. Oh, wow, y'all. At the bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands in the reverse. Dude, like I said, I'm trying to overlook, well, I'm not trying to overlook it, but I know everybody and their mama isn't in, I mean, this isn't even a love reading, first of all, but if that's important, with the Four of Wands in the reverse being at the bottom of the deck, I have to say the energy that is pronouncing itself above everything else, if I were to be honest, it's like it's some type of partnership situation. And this is either it, because I mean, of course, partnership, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, husband, wife, whatever the case, like a romantic type of deal, or this would have to be a close, intimate relationship. Because the Four of Wands in the reverse, with all of this stuff that has everything to be saying about connections with people, the Ten of Pentacles speaking to family and everything, it's almost like an unhappy home, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like there needs to be cooperation. There needs to be, everyone needs to be on one accord. But it's like, it's almost like Libra, if I were to say it, it's almost like doing too much where, and this is something I totally say I'm guilty of, it's like needing help, and there being people to help, and you're not allowing those people to help because it's being so fixated on this end goal and feeling like one needs to pick everything and like rush to get there themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like not wanting to wait on people or whatever the case may be. Dude, this is so much stuff. Like it's almost like an information overload because it's so much stuff I see with this. It's insane. But the main central focus is there's been an emotional disconnect. There's been some sense of disappointment, right? That caused whatever this connection is, Libra, to kind of falter, right? That perpetuates on throughout the month of July. Because it's where it's like you're not on the same page and there isn't any communication, there isn't any like teamwork, there isn't like-minded goals. And I feel in a sense that Libra may not even be aware, you know what I'm saying? Because it's with this 10 of Pentacles where I can see Libra may think everyone is on the same page, but they're not. Because it's like, if I were to think, okay, if this is a husband and it's like, okay, the wife is like, yeah, let's buy a house, right? And the husband's like, cool, got it. Like work. We're getting money for house, overtime. That's cool. I'll pick up your shift. Yeah, because we're buying a house, right? And it's not really consulting or even noticing that, the passion has kind of died in the marriage, that you're not having sex, that, your wife is emotionally unfulfilled, that you guys aren't on the same page, and like hints are being thrown and you're still not getting it because the mindset is still on like work, we're getting money to buy a house. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the imbalance comes in, right? So if the wife comes in with like attitude and it's like, how was your day? Fine. And it's like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. And it's like, okay. You know what I'm saying? That's where we get this Four of Wands. It's like, this is like the proverbial house all of this is happening in. And it's like this, hypothetical Libra dude is just like, I'm confused. It's like, why are you snapping at me? Why are you angry? I have no clue what's happening here. You know what I'm saying? And it's because that coming together, like I said, again, with you guys, with revisiting your goals at the 6-month point, it's like, it's never doing that, let's check in and see where we are with this, because it's still being fixated on, we're working to get a house and not checking in to see where the other person or people or, you know what I'm saying, whatever this is about are, or seeing where you are yourself, you know, and it's feeling off kilter, feeling off balance. Why am I so tired? This and that. And it's because this, you know, what's the word, like consulting or, you know, coming together has not happened with this Three of Pentacles, right? Whew. So overall, I say all of that to say that the whole purpose of this would be, Libra, would be to check in with yourself, to check in with your roommate, your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, like whatever the case is needing to check in, right? To get things back in balance so you can kind of, you know, course correct, reconfigure, and then move forward. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if this is a marriage, like this can turn out bad. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, y'all know how marriage is. I'm just saying it could turn out bad, right? And I'm not saying that in the sense of like foretelling that for anyone, but this is just something that's really important. If a partner is feeling neglected or, you know, overlooked or not heard, you know, it's just a need to communicate. Dude, I hope and pray that that makes sense. Oh, and I forgot, like literally, here's the thing. So when it comes to like soul sessions, right? This is something I totally never do. This is a deck, like the deck I'm using, and then these cards from it. This is a deck from my late great friend, Grizzly Tarot, who sadly passed away last year. But when I was talking to him about it, we had this really neat idea with these being their Carl Jung, you know, archetypal tarot cards or whatever. So I took the core cards and put like personality types and stuff on them and like all the characteristics of them because they're archetypes of people, you know? So when I was about to do Libra's reading, I just had the inclination to pick like a people card, you know what I'm saying? And I almost forgot about that, but I'm gonna pick a person card. I don't typically do this in soul sessions, but I just felt compelled to do it. So I'm gonna do it to see, because I mean, clearly this is about another person or people. So I'm gonna pull a card from here and I'm going to pull a card from my new deck that I'm excited about, the Rebel deck Oracle. That deck is hilarious. But yeah, dude, it's like the heavy energy, the energy that's pronouncing itself the most in this Libra, I can't even front. Like this is definitely in relation. It's either the relationship with yourself or a relationship with another person or people, and is needing to reconfigure to come to a place of balance. I just hope and pray that this makes sense, because I was getting confused from all these scenarios that were coming up in these cards. Okay, can we get a card to come out? I know that y'all got things to do and whatnot. I don't want to keep y'all forever. Really? So this is what we're doing? I'm gonna pick it myself. Really? This is what, okay. I'm gonna pick it myself. One more time. Okay, thank you. So let's see. So this is something you guys can do, little homework project with the personality type that comes up. So the personality type that came up with this is an INTP. You can literally go into to Google and put in INTP and read that personality type, because this could refer to the person that this would be about and their characteristics. This is a person who could potentially be a Libra sun. Their moon could be in Capricorn. The person would be controlling. They're tall, thin. They can have light colored or an odd color hair, which means like blue, purple, green, things of the sort. They could have dark eyes and they could wear glasses, and it could be a female. Then we have the other personality type is ISTP. I'm gonna pick 4 of them because 4 feels right. The other is ISTP, and this person could have tattoos. They could wear a lot of hats. They can have dark hair and eyes. Their sun sign can be Capricorn. Their moon sign could also be Capricorn. This is a person who's very isolated, and their average height and weight. Interesting. Ciao. These cards just ain't playing with me today, huh? They're not. I'm gonna pick two because y'all taking too long. I'm so sorry, Libra. I hate making people wait. They probably got a lot of people that are gonna watch this that have defined root chakras. That's whenever I feel like I have to rush. All right, let's see. I'm about to pick it because this is taking too long. Dagnabbit son of a gun. All right, next would be the ESTP. And this person also may wear a lot of hats. They may have tattoos, average height and weight. They could be a Capricorn sun. Their moon could be in Libra. And this is a person who's very self-assured. And oh, look at that. We got 2 females and 2 males. So the first 2 people could be women, either or. And then the next 2 people could be men. I would say the INTP chick would be younger. The ISTP chick, the second person, she'd be a little older. The one I just said, the ESTP dude, would be a little bit younger. It could be male or female. And then the last person is an ESFJ. And they can have blonde, red, or brown hair, or they could be bald. Their sun could be in, their sun and their moon could be in Aries. This person is rather aggressive and their build is athletic. So the card that fell out for you guys from the Rebel deck is, and if y'all notice, I'm like all over the place because, you know, Taurus, I don't like change, child. You know, it's very difficult for me. But anywho, so the card that came out from the Rebel deck for you guys is fucking apologize. Seriously, just do it. So if this is like someone who's neglecting your spouse, please go tell your spouse sorry and get it together. I'm just saying, listen to your friend Princess. But anywho, Libra, that has been your reading. This has been very entertaining for me. My goodness, like I'm gonna have to title this with something like, this definitely is a relationship read, or this turned into a relationship read. You know, I don't know what the heck happened, but that's been your reading. I'm going over to my network to do you guys extended. So if you're about that life, my friend, follow me on over there. I think it's hilarious because it feels like I just did like a cross watchers only or something like that. And I'm like, do I need to do how they think and feel about you in the extended? Because that's totally what this feels like. But anyway, I'm going over to the network to do your extended. So if you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your freaking face. And I will see you guys sooner than later, Libra. Whoo, child, this is something. I think they got a video there. Watch that, you know, subscribe and whatever sides over there somewhere. Love your face, Libra.